Hi everyone, my name is Trevor. I wear and use fragrance as a form of self-expression. So today, with the release of the Oudgasm collection that's coming out in just a couple short days, I'm filming this on September 29th. With the Oudgasm collection coming out, I realized that I hadn't smelled anything from the Kayali brand, and it was time to change that. I've heard so much about them. And I see a few of them come up in different people's fragrance reviews, and I just thought it was time for me to change it. So I bought 10. I bought like the 8 from the Discovery set, and I really wanted to get a feel of this brand's DNA. So I bought 2 more travel size 10 mils. So yeah, I'll be giving you my full thoughts on these. We're going to count down from 10 all the way to 1 and just give you my initial reaction to these. My thoughts on these are coming from a 1-time wear, maybe some of them a 2-time wear. So take what I say with a grain of salt, because it's only been on my skin or on my clothes once, a couple of these, 2 times. So my thoughts, my opinions might change in a month from now. Who knows? But spoiler alert, there are like a handful of these that I would purchase full bottles of. Definitely my top 3, maybe even my top 4. I would get like fairly soon. My top 1 I'm gonna buy right away. I'll like add to cart. I loved it so much. It's why I do fragrance. Okay, so let's jump right in. So in my number 10 spot, we have Vanilla Royale Sugared Patchouli. This one has notes of vanilla, Sir Absolute, golden rum, creme brulee, brown sugar, royal oud, and sugared patchouli. I get the patchouli, but upon first sniff, and before I even knew the fragrance notes of this one, I got something a little Vaseline-y, a little Vapo Rub, a little medicinal. And I was wearing this for a number of hours. I would say for the whole first hour, that was the main sense that my nose was getting. And it did dry down to something a little bit warmer than that. But just upon like first impression, this is in my number 10 spot for a reason. It's because I got something that I would use when I'm sick. So unfortunately, this wouldn't be like a full 50 ml or 100 ml bottle purchase for me. Keep in mind that every nose is different. So some people's noses might pick up things that I don't get. Like clearly that must be happening. And I'm sure that a lot of people don't smell the things that my nose is getting. Vanilla Royale Sugar Patchouli is in my number 10 spot. So in my number 9 spot is Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper 25. So small. Yes, Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper 25. So this one I have worn on myself more than once because the first time I think I oversprayed myself. And for a fragrance like this where it is very powdery, very rosy, it can become like a bit too much for me. So the second time I sprayed a little bit less, and it is a nice fragrance. It's just simply not my taste in a fragrance. I do sometimes like powdery scents. I do sometimes like rose scents, but this particular combination for me is just okay upon first sniff. So yes, that was Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper 25 in my number 9 spot. In my number 8 spot, I have Utopia Vanilla Cocoa 21. So this one I have also used more than once. I sprayed myself once before going to bed, and then I sprayed myself the next day when getting up, because the first time I sprayed it, I was like, this is okay. You know what? I think if I was reviewing this one in particular in the spring or summer, I would probably enjoy it a lot more. But right now I'm a little bit sick of like a jasmine-y coconut. Just a lot of the fragrance that I've been using over the summer has had jasmine or coconut. Like I was using Tom Ford's Soleil Blanc, and that is that basically. So I think I'm just a little bit sick of it. But it is a fragrance, in my opinion, that smells like a resort, like you have money, you're on vacation. It is a very lovely scent, and if I was reviewing this in spring and summer again, I'm sure it would be like higher up on the list. I'm sure I would enjoy it better. But yes, for now, I'm just in the mood for like fall and winter stuff. So in my number 7 spot, we have Love Fest Burning Cherry. And as soon as I sprayed this, I was like, Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. There are a lot of dupes of Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, in my opinion. This one doesn't stray too far from that DNA. Maybe on the dry down, there's like a slight smokiness, maybe a patchouli, maybe a Palo Santo. So it does dry a little bit warmer. Even when my husband smelled this, he was like, "Oh, cherry liqueur." And I do like this fragrance. I just know that I've smelt it before. So that's why it's in my number 7 position, because it's not incredibly original, but it is a very nice scent. And I will enjoy this. I'll enjoy the rest of this. And maybe one day I would even buy like a 50 ml of this, but yeah, nothing new in the cherry territory there. So that was Love Fest Burning Cherry. In the number 6 spot, and this one surprised me, is Deja Vu White Flower. And this one is just so beautiful, light, airy. This is definitely something for spring. I can see this being spritzed on yourself before a wedding. I can see a bride wearing this. This one is just beautiful. A lot of white florals, but for me, not like a cloying white floral scent. It's beautifully balanced, and it's light, and it's refreshing, and it's airy. However, the reason it's only in my number 6 spot is because it only lasted maybe like an hour and a half to 2 hours. And then I was like really searching for it on my skin and my clothes. So maybe I went like anosmic to it. Maybe other people could smell it on me. But this one completely disappeared for me. And I think it was the only one of all of these that just like disappeared, ghosted me, didn't call again, didn't leave a message. That was Deja Vu White Flower. Beautiful scent, didn't last. In my number 5 spot, and I will say that my husband loved this. This was one of his favorites, was Eden Juicy Apple. This one is very fall. This one is maybe a little like young. This actually reminded me a little bit of like champagne honey apple from Bath and Body Works. So it reminded me of that fragrance mist or body mist, whatever they call it. But maybe like a little more elevated version of that. This one is really lovely. It has a dry down of something also maybe a little woody. Let me read here. So juicy red apple, wild berries, jasmine, lychee, vanilla flowers, sensual musk. So maybe it was like the musk I was smelling with the jasmine. This one is really lovely. It just reminds me a little bit of a body mist. So I would much prefer save my money and spend like $15 on a body mist as opposed to $100 or $100 and some on a full bottle of Eden Juicy Apple. But this one still, it's a great fragrance. I think a lot of people would really enjoy this. This would be a safe blind buy, in my opinion. And I think a lot of people would enjoy it around fall, around apple picking season. So that was Eden Juicy Apple 01 in my 5th position. My number 4, and I'm having troubles finding full bottles of this one online. This is Musk 12. I do love a good musk. This one is maybe a slightly more beautiful, more airy, elevated version of the Body Shop's musk. I just thought it was gorgeous. Do I have it on now? Yeah, I have it on now. So like a very like second skin. You're just feeling like light as a feather. Everyone around you is like, oh, they have an aura around them and I want to be them, or I want to be friends with them, or I want to get close and smell them. I'm a weirdo, I'm sorry. But Musk 12, this is just gorgeous. This one would be easy for me to buy. So yes, that is Musk 12 in my 4th position. In 3rd place, and this is very challenging for me because this top 3, I could easily buy 100 mils of any of them. And I have a feeling like I will, at least the 2nd and the 3rd positions, I will switch between 2nd and 3rd. But for today, when I'm reviewing this, ask me in a month, in my 3rd position is Invite Only Amber 23. This one It was also one of those scents that when I first spritzed on my skin, I was like, oh, this is exactly what I want right now. This is warm amber. This is like a slight smokiness. Maybe that's the tobacco leaf. There's maybe like a dry down of a vanilla in here. And I just thought it was gorgeous. It was fall. It leans a little bit more, let's say, masculine. I could almost see there being vetiver in here, but it would be like so incredibly light. It was just what I was in the mood for this fall weather when the leaves are falling to the ground. I can see me going to a bonfire in this, roasting marshmallows. I just thought it was so incredibly lovely. Anyone, in my opinion, could wear this in the fall. And I do say that, however, I don't think that everyone will love this one. I actually think this would probably be a love it or hate it type fragrance, but for me, it's in my number 3 spot. I will be getting a bottle of this. I just haven't decided if I'm gonna do 50 ml or 100 ml, just because I have a feeling like I might get tired of this, and I don't know if I would wear this in the spring and summer. Anyway, so in my number 3 spot, that is Invite Only Amber. Love it. My number 2 spot is Vanilla 28. Everybody talks about this vanilla. This is one of the best vanillas I've ever smelled. You know what? I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. This is the best vanilla, in my opinion, that I've smelled. It is very simple. It's vanilla, there's a slight booziness, there's a little bit of brown sugar. It dries down to just a nice vanilla fragrance, maybe slightly baker's vanilla. Just so easy to wear. This would be a great blind buy. I was scared to spritz this on my clothes though, so I've only spritzed it on my arm and on my neck, because the juice of this one is dark, and even when you spritz it on yourself, it looks dark. It dries down to nothing, like it dries down to clear. But maybe comment below if you have spritzed your clothes with the Vanilla 28 and if it leaves a mark, because it scares me a little bit. I think I'm just gonna keep it on my skin until I hear that no, it doesn't stain. So yes, please let me know down below. This one, I will be buying a 100 ml bottle of it probably soon. It is my favorite vanilla that I have ever smelled. Such a good one. So in my number 1 spot, and this one shook me to the core. This one surprised me. When I sprayed it, I was like, this is why I love fragrance so much. It gave me that feeling I was falling in love. Not only that, now, but before I say this, before I reveal what it is, me and my husband have 2 very different noses. He loves things that I hate and vice versa. This one we can agree on. This one we both love. He spritzed it on himself last night. He's using it today at work. He spritzed himself again at lunchtime. So he loves it. I love it. It gives me that giddy feeling. This is Yum Pistachio Gelato 33. Did I think I was gonna like this that much? Meh, not really. I thought it would have been fine. So I know that this one is very polarizing. You either love it or you hate it, or some people were very confused by the fragrance when they're first sniffing it, and then maybe they warmed up to it later. Upon first sniff for me, I was like, so good. This one, to my nose, is zingy lime, maybe slightly creamy gelato with cardamom in it. And it's gorgeous. And my husband said that he picks up like citrus and woods, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess I said lime, and I'm sure there are some woods in these fragrance notes. I really try to come up with my own opinions before I relook at the fragrance notes. I often like see them online, then I get them sent to me, and I don't like to refresh my memory. I don't like to have those in my mind as I'm sniffing them. I like to come up with my own opinions. And my personal opinion on this is that this fragrance is a 10 out of 10. I have a full 100 milliliter bottle in my cart right now. I'm gonna purchase it today, and I'm so excited for this fragrance. I hope I forever love it, because this one, if someone were to ask me what my favorite fragrance was today, I would say, yum, Pistachio Gelato 33 by Kayali. It's beautiful. I don't even understand the people who don't like that one. Yeah, I know that some people say that they get like a soapiness from it. I don't. I get lime gelato and cardamom, and it's so good. It still is like light at the same time. I do love it right now here in fall, which I'm surprised by. Maybe because it is like desserty. So it does seem very fall, but I can see myself wearing it all throughout the year. So good, buying a full bottle. Anyway, that's all we have for today. So I'm very excited to sniff some of the Oudgasm fragrances. I'm excited to see if there's gonna be like a bundle of all four because I would love to sniff all of them. I'm fairly new to ouds. I have smelled a couple fragrances with oud in it, but I would really love someone to just show me what the scent of oud smells like so I can be like, that's what I'm sniffing in some of these fragrances. So I'm very intrigued by this collection. I love the way it's advertised. It's being talked about so much right now online, so can't wait for it. Kayali, I love your scent DNA. I had such fun sniffing these. I know that I said I could easily buy like the top 3, but I actually think I could buy buy full bottles of probably 5 or 6 of these, and I would be really happy. But especially the Pistachio Gelato 33. So good. Something very exciting about fragrance is that your nose picks up something that mine doesn't, and vice versa. So please comment below what your favorite Kayali fragrance is, and maybe even just share a little bit of why that's your favorite. I love to hear it. I love to talk about fragrance. Have a great day, everyone. See ya. Bye.